And in this video, we're going to understand how we can find the selling price of a product just using the profit margin and its cost value. If you're interested in this material, it's available for purchase at the link in the video description. In this example, we're going to price a laptop. I'm simulating the laptop. It cost me $500 to buy from my computer, and I want to price this laptop with a profit margin of 25%. So, those are exactly the two pieces of information I mentioned that we would have. The cost and profit margin, and with that, the spreadsheet quickly. From the value I enter here, does it already tell me what the selling price is? In this case, $891.86. If I change the laptop's cost to $550, it changes my selling price. And if I change, for example, my desired margin to 27%, my selling price will change too. So, you can see that it's an extremely dynamic spreadsheet. But before we actually get to understanding why we have to sell it for $891.86, this laptop that I bought for $500, I have one more thing to tell you. It's impossible to arrive at the selling price correctly just with the cost value and the desired margin. It's obvious that the spreadsheet is doing this work, but that's because you're not seeing two other pieces of information, which are fixed costs and variable costs. To arrive at a healthy selling price, you need to factor in your structure of fixed and variable costs into your selling price. That's why I have two other tabs here. Let's take a look at the fixed costs first. Fixed costs are those costs that occur regardless of your sales volume. Selling laptops shows fixed costs remain the same regardless of sales volume. Rent, salaries, internet bill, etc. remain constant. Fixed costs stay the same. Rent, salaries, internet, and more. Record the cost name and monthly amount. For example, the same rent, the same salaries, your staff, the same internet bill, everything that is fixed and does not vary. According to your sales volume, you need to record here the name of that cost and the monthly amount in dollars that you pay for it. On top of that, you need to include your monthly revenue, meaning what's your total sales amount over the month. I'm simulating $80,000. You're going to look at your business and put that amount here. And with these two pieces of information, that is, the total fixed costs and your monthly revenue, the spreadsheet can already calculate what percentage needs to be applied to your laptop when you go to sell it. In addition, we have the variable costs. Unlike fixed costs, variable costs are those that increase as you sell more throughout the month. They will always take a percentage of the sale amount. I'm talking about fees, credit card charges, commissions, occasional taxes, everything that takes a percentage of the sale amount. You need to put that here. The name of this variable cost, as well as its percentage, so that the spreadsheet can ensure it gets factored in too. So, everything I've mentioned here are fixed and variable costs that you'll input just once at the beginning of using the spreadsheet. And then it won't move anymore, of course. If there are any changes, you have to come here and adjust the cost, but other than that, everything will be set for you to do your pricing. So, in this case, we go back to the laptop. I paid $500 for it. And then you might be wondering, wow, I have other variable costs that aren't in percentages like these. They're costs in actual dollar amounts, for example. Let's say that when I sell a laptop, I include a custom packaging for my customer, which costs me $50. Package, where to put, include in cost. It costs $50. Where do I put that? You're going to come here and put it in the product cost in its composition. If you paid $500 for the laptop, and another $50 for the packaging, you're going to pay a total of $550. So, that's why you need to think this way and put the total cost here. So, once you have entered fixed and variable costs, you just have to enter the cost of the product, the desired margin, and you will have the sales price. In this case, the selling price will be $891, and you will have $222 left in profit. If you divide one by the other, you will have exactly 25%, which is the profit margin you wanted beforehand, at the time of pricing. Each of the fixed costs we discussed will take a little bit from that selling price, totaling 11% of the selling price, which is $98.10. In addition, the fixed costs will be $10.79, which is 7.9% of the selling price. Why this percentage? Because when you entered fixed costs, you signaled to me a magnitude of fixed costs that was 7.9% of the sales value. So for each sale you make, you will have to save the 7.9% so that when at the end of the month you have reached the sales volume predicted here in this tab, you will have exactly the same amount already set aside to pay the fixed cost of the month. The product cost also counts as a cost, in this case $500, and we have a total of $668 in costs. Subtract total cost to get a profit margin of $222. That's 25% of the selling price. Cost and profit margin determines selling price, which is 25% of sale price. So, in a very simple way, you can arrive at the selling price just by knowing the cost, the profit margin. It's obvious that if you're working with multiple products, you won't want to price each item individually. So, you come in, register the laptop, and see what the selling price is, then write it down on a piece of paper. Then you come in, put on the headphones, enter their price, their margin, get to the selling price, and write it down on a piece of paper. That's not what we want. So, to get away from this unitary pricing, we have a solution, which is scale pricing. You can come here and input products, their costs, and their margins as needed. Simply, you want to find the selling price with cost and margin. Enter cost, margin, and the selling price displays here with info. Includes reserved fixed/variable costs, and product margin. Allows larger scale pricing. Price up to 50 items here. Your reserved amount for fixed costs. Your reserved amount for variable costs. The profit margin for the product you'll have. And all of this allows you to price on a larger scale. In this tab, you can price up to 50 items at the same time. So, based on that, we looked at the spreadsheet, which is a really interesting tool that can give you the selling price just with the information on cost and profit margin. Here, we deal with resale items, meaning we take a laptop that I'm buying and plan to resell. Of course, in some business you may have, for example, a product that you are going to make. That is, a product that will be composed of several other products such as a cake, a pizza, or anything else that is the combination of several products. In this other case, you first need to arrive at the cost of this product. This other tab does this for you so that you can then apply your desired profit margin. So this spreadsheet is quite complete. It serves to arrive at the cost in case you don't know, and in case you already know what your cost is. Just enter what that cost is and what the desired margin is, and you will already have the sales price in an extremely simple way. So, as I said, this spreadsheet is really robust, interesting, and smart. It's available for purchase at the link in the video description. Don't miss the chance to have a really smart spreadsheet as an ally in your business. See you around. Take care.